I've spent the last 10 years innovating in packaging and supply chains for some of the world's most wasteful companies. And I've decided to dedicate the next 10 years of my life to accelerating reusable packaging by innovating within the supply chain. So most people will understand the impact of single-use packaging on the planet. But not many people will know that it's the largest contributor to emissions for many brands, and there are also significant financial implications for brands to be using their single-use packaging. So it's rising 25% year on year on a cost basis, and even in the UK alone, in the beverage industry alone, there's about £500 million worth of taxes coming in 2024. So there's real incentives for change. Reuse has the potential to allow brands to remove all of that. But there is a lot of supply chain complexity involved in reusable packaging. So just to dive into the supply chain, this is what the supply chain looks like today for most grocery retailers. If you make a product, you then sell it to a retailer, put it into their distribution center. They then fulfill it to customers' homes and doorsteps, and then typically it becomes the property of the waste management industry. In order for reuse to scale, this entire supply chain has to be incentivized and to be moving backwards. We have to be able to collect from consumers' homes, put it back into retailers' distribution centers and back to filling lines so that it can run forward again and backwards again. So this is what we are doing at Again. We work with retailers to help them set up convenient return schemes that are simple and profitable for them to put in place. So we'll provide them with all of the supply chain infrastructure, all the crates, all the tracking, all the technology that makes that possible. We will install one of our clean cell systems. These are reusable packaging cleaning facilities within a shipping container at their distribution center so that we can use all of their existing reverse logistics. And then what that means for brands is that we can deliver that reusable packaging back to their filling lines at the same price as single use. And so this is what our clean cell looks like. It's a reprocessing facility for reusable packaging, taking everything from labels off, closures off, any previous existence of its previous life, we remove it. We clean it, we dry it, we visually inspect it to make sure it's suitable for another life. And then what we do, if it passes all of our checks, we repalletize it into exactly the format that the brands receive their single-use packaging in today and deliver it to their filling lines, and round it goes again. So every item of packaging, every crate system is tracked across our network, which means that we get to see a lot of interesting things around the adoption of reuse from different consumer groups, different products, different retailers, different countries, and a live view of emissions. But really what we're interested in is using this data to unlock better and better investment cases for reuse. So this is what it means for our customers. And we believe that there are many, many single-use packaging suppliers that are billion-dollar companies. Will the next billion-dollar packaging company use fossil fuels, lots of energy, and produce single-use packaging? We don't think so. We are raising, but later this year, we're raising 10 million Series A. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. So, okay, you hear me? Great. So again, it's on reusability. We have another laureate who is going to pitch Aremacs. I beg you to applaud Joanna, who is coming on stage.
Les Francopholies de La Rochelle, les Nuits Sonores à Lyon, la Route du Rhum, des férias et aussi la Fête de la Morue. Et oui, ça c'est des événements qu'on accompagne un petit peu partout en France. Et il y a ChangeNOW aussi, parce que je suis devant vous, mais en fait tout autour de nous, il y a mes collègues, avec les t-shirts bleus notamment, qui sont là pour vous accompagner à trier correctement vos déchets et surtout à vous sensibiliser à cet éco-geste. Parce que c'est ça aussi Aremacs, c'est vraiment notre force, on est polyvalent. Alors qu'est-ce que c'est Aremacs? Eh bien c'est l'histoire de deux copains qui étaient passionnés de musique et de sport extrême. En 2004, ils ont fait un constat. Ils se sont dit, les événements, c'est super, c'est une source de valeur qui est incroyable parce qu'on peut transmettre, on peut convaincre, on peut innover, mais c'est aussi une source d'impact négatif pour l'environnement qui est assez importante, notamment sur la question des déchets. Donc ils se sont dit, ok, eh bien, qu'est-ce qu'on va faire? On va se montrer en train de trier des déchets, on va ramasser les déchets, on va planter des piquets, on va agrafer des sacs poubelles dessus. On va aussi discuter avec les gens, les organisateurs, le public pour sensibiliser. L'association Aremacs, donc Association pour le respect de l'environnement dans les manifestations culturelles et sportives, est née. Alors qu'est-ce que c'est Aremacs? Nous avons 2 expertises. La première, c'est qu'on va vous accompagner sur la gestion responsable des déchets. On vous accompagne à réduire d'abord les déchets, ensuite à recycler, à réemployer, à composter, à revaloriser. Notre deuxième expertise, ça va être la mobilisation. On va comment embarquer le public, les organisateurs, les politiques publiques, toutes les parties prenantes d'un événement. De ces 2 expertises, on a 3 champs d'action qui sont sortis. Donc, le premier champ d'action, c'est on va agir pour la transition de la filière événementielle, notamment avec nos journées de l'événement éco-responsable qui ont lieu d'ailleurs ce week-end. Ce sont des journées de rencontre des professionnels de la filière. On va les accompagner à échanger entre eux et à amener des bonnes pratiques. Le deuxième point sur la gestion responsable des déchets, on va accompagner les événements en amont, pendant et après. On va vous proposer des diagnostics, des formations. On va aussi venir sur le terrain, proposer des solutions de tri, de sensibilisation et faire des bilans. On est vraiment sur toute la chaîne de valeur de l'événement. Sur le deuxième champ d'action, la mobilisation citoyenne, le changement de comportement, c'est très important. On va venir sensibiliser, on va discuter avec vous, on va vous proposer des animations ludiques comme des vélobroyeurs, etc. Le but, c'est vraiment d'accompagner au changement et de vous impliquer par le geste. Le troisième champ d'action, on va agir pour la transition de la filière des politiques publiques et de la filière événementielle. On va travailler avec des ministères, des régions, des départements pour les accompagner et déployer toutes les bonnes pratiques sur le territoire. Et ça, on le fait comment? Grâce à nos 5 antennes régionales, à nos 30 salariés et aussi à nos 900 bénévoles, parce que c'est une force. C'est une grande famille Aremacs parce que le changement climatique nous anime tous. Alors je vous invite à nous rejoindre dans cette grande famille parce qu'on doit agir aujourd'hui et pour demain. Merci.
Thank you, Joanna. And now please give a warm welcome to Clément from auum.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. So we are auum. It's the acronym of Arrêtons l'usage unique maintenant. So it's Let's Stop Single Use Now. And we are convinced that to end the single use, we have to rethink and revolution the cleaning. So what we do, we are inventing a new machine. So you put your glass inside, and in 10 seconds, we can clean, disinfect, and dry a glass. So it's a new technology, and we just need 2 centiliters of water. So it's a huge sink. And we have a patented solution, and we use steam to clean the glass. So we, beyond the technology, we offer a rental solution with maintenance, with installation, with the glass. And the glass is very important in our technology because it's a standard glass, and it's why we need just 2 centiliters of water to clean this one. We have almost 200 clients today, and our solution is in offices, corporate offices, and we avoid 100,000 disposable cups per day, actually. And our vision also is not just tackle the disposable cup, but it also adapt our technology to all other containers in cosmetic, also in food. And it's a big challenge for us. So, thank you.
Parfait. Tu peux la donner à Olivier. Thanks a lot, Clément. And please give a warm applause to Cilkoa, who is inventing a new product.
Okay. Hello everybody, I'm Olivier Muquet, one of the co-founders of Cilkoa, venture created 1 year ago in Grenoble, France. I'm sure you know that plastic is now everywhere, and this is increasing year after year. But do you know that more than 10 billion tons have been produced since the 50s all over the world? And basically, half of that was for packaging, essentially single-use packaging. Some people claim that recycling will be the definitive solution, but it won't be. It won't be enough. In a lot of countries, there are no infrastructure to recycle, and this will remain like that for a long time. And in some countries that are well equipped, sometimes the missing point is education, simply. So for sure, packaging has to remain recyclable, but first we definitely need reusable company, and also we need to decrease packaging consumption. But we also need a sustainable life cycle in any case. Packaging has to come from renewable resources, and they have to be able to go back to Earth while being compostable. Breaking news for you. Do you know that paper is on the shelf? So production and also recycling are up and running. So the only point, paper has to be boosted if to want to tackle plastic from more performant solution. So what are we talking about? Packaging and food have to be protected from water, humidity, oxygen, and also grease. That's exactly what we do at Cilkoa. Our solution allows us to treat either any kind of cellulosic materials, either paper rolls or molded fibers trays, for instance. We are using a technology coming from the microelectronic field that allows us to treat, to deposit a very thin layer of ceramic. This is alumina. And this brings oxygen, water, and humidity barrier while remaining very close to 100% cellulose after treatment. It's nothing. It's invisible. It's not sensitive to touch. So let's talk about ALD when you want at our boss. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Olivier. Please, Clément, can you come on stage as well as Johanna and Matt? We'll have a little Q&A with the jury who will ask questions. All right, thanks a lot. And Johanna, if you could ask the question in French for Johanna, would be perfect. Mets-toi à côté de moi. Okay, does any one of you have a question for one of those entrepreneurs? Yes?
Yeah, thank you for these pitches. They were very enthusiastic and interesting. So my question would be for all of you. I want to know what are your main KPI to calculate your impact, and what is your goal in terms of impact in 5 years, in 3 years, or in 5 years? Do you have it?
Who wants to add?
Good question, thank you. So our main KPI is really how many times do we see the same item of packaging through the network? So what is the total number of reuses? And the reason for that is that we know that that is what drives a lot of the emissions models, but also the financial models for brands. And so we track that very ruthlessly. We're currently at 68.2 through the network. We want to get 75% plus. And in terms of impact, we have about 4 million units per month in their current pipeline. So we will be delivering that over the next 18 months.
Our main KPI is the ton of waste we avoid, and we every day we know exactly the number of disposable cup we avoid, and also the water consumption is important for us because we just need 2 centiliters of water, so we also follow this number.
For us, it's clearly a ton of plastic that we can reduce, and also increasing the fiber quantity and quality inside recycling.
Pour nous, ça va être très simple. C'est plus de déchets sur les événements. Voilà. Plus de déchets sur les événements et tous les publics, tous les organisateurs sensibilisés à la réduction des déchets.
Thanks a lot. And at CITEO, we also accelerate the startups and we work on the impact numbers. So all of them worked on those KPIs. Any other questions? Yes.
Thank you so much for all of you. Great presentation. I have one question that might apply to all of you, but I was mainly thinking about Cilkoa. And I was thinking about the tech. So is it in-house? Who has developed the tech? Is it someone who is an executive management team member?
Yes, it's one of the co-founders. You are lucky he is on the booth today, so you can speak just after that. Frédéric, coucou. Yes, we have 2 scientific guys in the co-founder team and 2 business guys.
I'm just going to piggyback on that. Is it patented?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm just going to continue. I had a question for you, Matt. So on again, do you have your own plans? Do you have your own logistics? And how do you ensure that the impact of your logistics remain a global positive net impact? Because that's often the issue in your space.
Yeah, so right now we have one facility in London, which is our facility. We staff it, we run it, we funded the capital for it to prove the model and prove the supply chain. But ultimately, we've designed the clean cell in a modular way that we can install within other people's facilities. And the vision really is that we could install that within a retailer's distribution center. The reason for that is that we can use all of their existing reverse logistics the entire way back from a consumer's home, all the way back to a brand filling line. And that's what really drives a lot of the cost and emissions benefits.
Thank you. I'm going to piggyback on this one. And how do you plan to act on the customer side? Because I guess this is the customer that will have to revert this product back to your packaging line. So how do you work on that? And if I can ask a couple of questions to the others as well. Is your on auum, is it scalable on more than just one glass? Can you make bigger containers to scale the productivity? And for you, Cilkoa, how easy is it to implement and how costly is it to deposit this atomic layer? If you have already some ideas about that. And for you, Aremacs, est-ce que vous pensez pouvoir avoir un impact au niveau des politiques publiques et sensibiliser même au niveau des législations pour pas avoir à faire du suivi sur chaque événement, mais que ce soit quelque chose qui soit de base instauré? Merci à tous.
Tu commences, Johanna? Je vais commencer. Effectivement, on travaille beaucoup avec les politiques publiques, que ce soit des ministères, que ce soit des métropoles, des départements, des régions. On va travailler avec elles avec des appels à projets, en mettant en place des solutions d'innovation avec elles qui sont vraiment... On fait beaucoup de partenariats avec ce type de cibles et d'acteurs et d'actrices. On a un vrai côté, c'est pour ça qu'on a aussi un format associatif, on a un vrai côté plaidoyer. Et on est une association d'intérêt général, donc voilà, ça fait partie vraiment de l'essence même d'Aremacs, de participer comme ça à la transformation des politiques publiques.
Just on the consumer question, one of the big benefits of us sitting back in the supply chain is that we get to partner with lots of different retailers and see the different schemes and incentives for customers and try lots of different things. So every week we try different discounts, different incentives, different reward systems to see whether that increases the consumer adoption and repeat return. And so we're seeing that actually the primary driver is convenience. So if it's easy for a customer to put reusable packaging out on the doorstep, much like their current kind of waste behaviors, then we're seeing that is what yields the greatest return rate adoption over financial incentives.
We have an R&D team, so we can adapt the technology, and actually we are develop a new machine for public spaces, and we have a big machine with maybe 100 glass inside, so we can address more volume. Yes, for public spaces, for example.
we are just in the process of closing our first seed round, and the main goal is to build our first industrial unit. This is planned for 1.5 years, first production. And regarding the cost, I think the main impact will be the cellulose itself. But our customers know that. And this was not the same thing 10 years ago. They said, I want green, but lower price, if possible. Now we have a lot of customers saying, okay, multiplied by 3, the cost of packaging is not a big issue.
Guys, thank you very much. They are here on ChangeNOW. They have a stand with CITEO. So if you want to see the home machine, see Cilkoa's technology, they have the technology over there. So you are welcome on their stands to see them. So big applause for you. Thank you, guys.